Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Demystifying College Admissions Podcast. This is your host, Julie Kim, and today I have a very special episode for our class of 2024 students. So you guys are juniors right now, and I just want to give you a big hug because being a junior is really tough. Classes get hard. You have so many more commitments, and then you have to look at the next year to see all the essays you have to write, applications you have to fill out, and many more. So I thought I would go ahead and record a comprehensive episode for you today and detailing 5 things you must work on right now if you are a class of 2024 student. If you're a junior, you don't want to miss out on this episode. And if you are a freshman or a sophomore, I would also take a listen because this is still relevant for you. You get a good idea of what's coming up for you, or you could even start some of the things now. You don't need to wait until you are a junior to work on these 5 things that I'm going to talk about in this episode today. And the first misconception that I want to touch upon is we get a lot of questions from students and parents asking, oh, I'm going to start on my college admissions journey and application process right before I hit my senior year. So, you know that summer months, you have June, July, August. And I'm like, no, that's way too late. It's important for you to start on this process now. Okay, so those 3 months are going to be reserved for something else. The summer months, you will be busy. Don't even worry about that. But it's more about the strategy and things that you need to build up to that point that I'm going to be talking about today. Before I share the 5 strategies with you, we are hosting a live training for you. And this is where you will learn what's going on with the college admissions process right now, post-COVID, as well as what are some of the strategies that you need to be aware of in order for you to get into your dream colleges. So the link to that free training is www.passionprep.com/masterclass, and the link will also be in the show notes so that after you listen to this episode, you can go ahead and attend the free training. Another announcement we have is the Next Level program. So we have 2 programs in our company. One is the Passion Project Bootcamp program, and another one is Next Level. And Next Level is a little special because we only open this program up once a year. So in the beginning of the year, we will open up the program for a 2022 cohort. And so we are opening up Next Level for 2023 cohort in January. So I know, we have hundreds of students on the waitlist right now because we didn't allow anyone to enroll in this program last year except for the open period in January. So make sure to get on the waitlist so that you know when the program opens up. And the next level waitlist link, I'll also go ahead and put in the show notes. So just put yourself on the wait list so you know when we open enrollment. You don't want to miss out on this opportunity. This year we are only accepting 100 students in the program. So again, we are capping it because that is the capacity that we're working with. The Next Level program is different from Passion Project Bootcamp in a sense that we have smaller class sizes, and so you'll be able to come into the Zoom calls and get a lot of individualized and more in-depth support than Passion Project Bootcamp program. So a lot of students who are in the bootcamp program, they also upgrade to Next Level, or we have students and families just join the Next Level from the very beginning. So I'll go ahead and put in the waitlist link in the show notes, and those are the 2 announcements we have. So the very first thing that you need to work on right now as a class of 2024 student is your unique strategy. So inside our program, we teach our students this formula, and we call this a theme. And the theme has a really clear and straightforward formula that you could follow, which is your academic interest plus personal interest plus SPV. S stands for your strength, P stands for your personality, and V stands for your values. So you need to identify your unique strategy now so that you can create evidences around that strategy. And then you could also talk about it and write about it in your college essays, and also share your theme evidences in your college interviews as well. So a lot of students actually don't even have their unique strategy set in place because they're so busy doing and doing and doing. And when you keep doing things without having a strategy in place, you end up spending your time doing the wrong things, or you don't really plan out how all of this is going to be packaged in your essay. So you're like, oh my goodness, I was so busy and I did so many different things. And now you're starting to realize that you did a lot of things that are irrelevant, or it doesn't enhance your strategy in any way. So creating that unique strategy is really important. So that's the first thing you need to do. Before you do anything, that is the initial step that you must take. And you'll thank me later, because when you're applying to colleges and writing essays, they will ask you about, hey, what is your academic interest? Or hey, what role do you play in your community? These are questions that they actually ask. So you want to know them before you start getting into doing all these different things like volunteer, getting awards, and all the other criteria that goes inside the college application. The second thing you want to do is start networking with your college admission officers, even if they don't measure demonstrated interest. And so this is a unit that we actually have in our Passion Project Bootcamp program, because I realized that so many students struggle with networking with the college admission officers in an authentic way. And sometimes it could feel a little bit threatening or scared, because you're like, how am I going to talk to like a Princeton, a college admission officer, and what am I going to say, and what am I going to write in my email? So we actually do have a lesson on this inside our program. So if you need help with that, I would definitely check out our program, because we have an email template for it, and we can also review everything you write before you send it off to the college admission officers. And so this is really important, because at the end of the day, you have to build a relationship with your dream colleges. You want to get into a certain college, and you're willing to pay, $100,000, $200,000, and you're willing to spend 4 years there. But if you don't have any question for them, or you're not reaching out to them to build that relationship, then I'm not really going to be sold on the idea that you want to go to this college. So networking, building a relationship, asking really insightful questions, super important. The third thing you need to work on is to create a standout factor that creates a domino effect from what you've been working on before. So I know in step one in this episode, I said you have to have your unique strategy down. So once you do that, you want to actually put it into action and to create a standout factor. So since you're a junior right now, you might be wondering, okay, am I too late to do this? Am I gonna need to like scratch everything and then do something totally different? And my answer to that is always no, because you've already been working on a couple of things. And so based on what you've been working on, we create a domino effect, or we create a spike, or we create that climax to your movie. So creating a standout factor is really important. As you know, the acceptance rates are crazy low, decreasing, super unpredictable. So if you're doing what everyone else is doing and you're like, oh my gosh, like let's pray that I'll get in, that's really not a good strategy to work with. And unlike anything else, the college admissions process, you only get one opportunity and one chance to do it right. So you do need to have that standout factor, okay? The fourth strategy, or the fourth thing that you want to work on as a junior right now, is to land a research position that aligns and supports your academic interest. We have many students in our program landing research positions with zero experience, because we identify who to reach out to together, as well as write the emails together to the professors. And so ultimately, you are trying to get into certain colleges of your dreams because you want to pursue an academic interest and you want to pursue a career. And so colleges want to see evidences of you pursuing that already, or being passionate about that already. Because if you think about it, colleges are making an investment on you as well by selecting you to be in their school and their program. So of course they want someone who's going to demonstrate that intellectual curiosity. The fifth thing that you want to work on right now as a junior is to start building your college list, and you don't want to do this later on, because right now. So, okay, backtrack. Back in the days, I used to tell our students, hey, you just need 10 colleges on your list. So dream, reach, possible, safety, bam. But now, because the acceptance rates and the trend of all these colleges looks so unpredictable, and especially because so many of these Ivy League and top tier colleges got rid of SAT and ACT. And so we're kind of seeing this inconsistency coming through. So it's really important to have a college list that you know will give you a lot of security, but at the same time, you do want to be aiming for a lot of your dream colleges as well, because you just never know what could happen. So with our students, we advise them to have colleges at about 15 to 17 on their list right now, just to be safe. And a lot of the essays, you can repurpose them. So the common application allows you to apply to a lot of colleges that are a great fit for you. So those are the 5 things that you want to work on. And of course, there are a couple more, but I thought for this episode, giving you some 5 important ones could get you to start working on your college admissions journey as a junior. And again, we have our free training happening. I want you to attend one before this year comes to an end, so you get a good idea as to what are the changes happening with the admissions office, the college admissions industry, as well as the strategies that I've helped my students use to get into Stanford, Harvard, Princeton, and many more top tier colleges. And the link to that will be passionprep.com/masterclass. So just reserve your seat now so you can attend one in 1 or 2 days. And then the Next Level Waitlist 2023, we'll also put that in the show notes as well. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. This is more of like a checklist episode, which I do once in a while, just because I feel like you do need, sometimes you need, that mindset guidance and giving you that encouragement and inspiration and stories and anecdotes. But then sometimes you do need these kinds of lists that you can kind of check off as you go along this process. And I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I'll be back here with another one very soon.